Hello, my name is Steve O'Rourke, and along with my colleague Enrico Chialig, the 42 has sent us to Houston to cover Super Bowl 51 between the New England Patriots and Atlanta Falcons. To get a sense of the atmosphere around town, we visited the NFL fan experience yesterday. We also visited Molly's pub to talk to locals and visitors from out of town about what's going to happen this weekend. And we got the expert view of Sean Pendergast, a local broadcaster, who also talked to us about the trouble with Brock Osweiler. As a local Houstonian, what does having the Super Bowl mean?
It's pretty cool, man. It brings a lot of business, brings a lot of money for everybody. We get to meet a bunch of new people, get to show people Houston what it's all about, the music, the food, the beer, the drinks, me, right?
Oh, the atmosphere, the different melting pot, the parties, the drinking, just the camaraderie of it all.
For me, just being able to see family and being able to party and being on this, whatever this is, show.
How many Super Bowls have you been to at this stage?
This is my first.
This is your first.
Yeah, my son is taking me to my first Super Bowl.
It's if you win on Sunday, it's going to be Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. When you win on Sunday, it's going to be Tom Brady's fifth, Bill Belichick's fifth. Do you think they'll both retire and let the rest of the AFC take over at this stage?
To be quite honest with you, I would like Brady to retire. I don't want to see him get hurt. I don't want him to be hurt. Giselle can't take care of him when he's hurt. You might want to just walk away. You got enough money. You brought us 5 Super Bowls. You got 5 rings on your fingers. You can't put another one. It doesn't make any sense.
And you make the mood strong. All of you I idolize. Don't say she's no good for me. She's keeping me alive.
I do wonder though, was this a missed opportunity for the Texans? Does it feel like this could have been the first team in ages to be a home Super Bowl team?
Yeah, it's funny. This time, maybe not this, about 10 months ago, I won't say this time last year because this time last year was a Super Bowl, but in March, the Texans signed Brock Osweiler, which the Texans have been, other than 2013 when they went 2-14, for the last, literally like the last 4 or 5, 6 years, they've been the team where, boy, if they could just get some quarterback play, they'd be the team in the Super Bowl. And so the thought was, maybe not that Brock Osweiler was a world beater or anything, but that he, at least through his experience of playing with the Broncos and playing with Peyton Manning, that this defense would be good enough where if Brock could just manage games, then the Texans would be good enough to get in the Super Bowl, because this is a down year for the AFC. There's the Patriots obviously, but the rest of the AFC has been kind of lackluster this year. So yeah, I think it's absolutely, they had the number 1 defense without J.J. Watt. So
Without J.J. Watt, I think that's worth remembering.
Yeah, without J.J. Watt. So Jadeveon Clowney really kind of came of age. I mean, it gives you optimism for next year, assuming they can address the quarterback situation, and that's been the frustrating part, Steve, is that we thought that they had maybe not the guy, but at least a guy. And Brock Osweiler has proven to be no guy at all for the Texans. He was the worst quarterback in football this year, and it's been very frustrating. And I think Brock's a good guy, and he's probably a great teammate. He's just not a very good quarterback, and I don't think he's fixable. That's the problem. So this could be a team that's starting a rookie next year, and we'll see. Hopefully they get the next Dak Prescott.
Go Patriots, baby! Woo! Yeah!
Obviously, we're disappointed in Brock. Brock, I hope you're not watching this, but boy, we sure hope you have a hell of a second season compared to what you had this year, because this year, and the Pats, obviously, all you guys in Boston, man, y'all got the best of us. Absolutely, you can't deny that. But Tom Brady's a god. I mean, he is probably the best football player in the history of the NFL. Tom, come to the Texans, brother. We'll give you something. I don't know, maybe a free lap around the Texas lazy river there at the Marriott Marquis. I don't know.
Football in Texas is king. Everything else comes second.
Okay.
College football is big, and of course we have a team here, and we have the Dallas Cowboys, but football is king.
And looking around us, we see a lot of jerseys walking around. If the Cowboys had have made or even the Texans had have made the Super Bowl, how much different would it have been?
It would have been fantastic. It would have been astronomical. It would have been 10 times more people around. Dallas would probably have invaded our city. I don't think that would have been a good thing, but we'd take them for a day,
And what's the rivalry like between Dallas and Houston?
They don't like each other.
Okay. From a business point of view, I suppose, what does having a Super Bowl in the city mean?
Well, it's good for the city, first of all. Anything that brings people to the city is a good thing. Whether they stay here or not, they'll be able to go back with good memories of Houston because it's a great place to do business. That's why we have a second Super Bowl here, and we get a lot of events here and stuff like that. The Texans, when they started here originally, they were awarded the first Super Bowl that came to Houston. And then they did such a good job that they came back and they're doing another one now. And I'm sure this will not be the last one.
I'm going for anybody that's not the Patriots, so go Falcons.
I'm not sure really how it's going to end up. I think it's going to be in the 20s, maybe low 30s for both teams, and hopefully it'll swing our way. But it's going to be a close one, I know that.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it's going to be our year. We get a higher scoring offense, and I believe we're going to take it all the way.
Well, it's going to be a tough one. I'll be honest with you. It's going to be a blowout. They're going to blow them by 27 points.
From an X's and O's point of view, you've obviously said you fancy the Falcons for this game. Does the fact that the Patriots are very good at covering number one wide receivers scare you a little bit about Julio Jones?
Well, we saw that up close twice this year with DeAndre Hopkins, and then that was a disconcerting thing. If you're a Texan fan, is the Texans played the Patriots in Week 3 with no Tom Brady. The Texans were actually favored in that game for a while that week leading up to the game, and then Jacoby Brissett was a quarterback, and they beat him 27-0. The first 2 games of the year, not to make this a Brock thing again, but Brock looked good the first 2 games of the year, throwing to Will Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins, and unfortunately the Texans played the Patriots in Week 3, and the Patriots kind of gave the rest of the league the blueprint on how to shut down DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller. And that's what Belichick does. Belichick takes away the one thing you do really well. That's what everybody knows about Bill Belichick. And if you're Atlanta, that thing is Julio Jones. I don't know that they'll be able to play Julio Jones the same way they play some of these other receivers, because their MO with a lot of these number one receivers, Steve, is to get real physical at the line of scrimmage and then hang a safety over the top. I don't know if getting physical with Julio Jones at the line of scrimmage is a real recipe for success. Like if I wanted to clone an athlete and go attack another country, if it was just hand-to-hand combat, I think I might clone Julio. It would have been J.J. Watt before the back surgery. Now it's Julio Jones. It'll be really interesting to see who they use on him. I think Malcolm Butler might be too small. Maybe they go with Logan Ryan like they did with DeAndre Hopkins, because they asked Hopkins before this playoff game against the Patriots, like, what's it going to be like going against Malcolm Butler? And Hopkins looked in the media and he said, I've never gone against Malcolm Butler. They've always checked me with Logan Ryan because he's more physical. So I think that'll probably be what they try to do with Jones. To me, the key for Atlanta is I think Jones is going to get his. He's going to get something. The key to me for them is the backfield with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, and that to me is a big key. They're such good pass catchers out of the backfield. They're so athletic, and if Atlanta gets a lead in the second half, that's who they're going to lean on, I think, to kind of grind the clock and slow the game down a little bit.
This is an NFL city like no other in the United States. I hate to say that, but it's true. We supported our teams through thick and thin, even when they lost. We're going to get there one day, and I hope it's sooner rather than later, but I think the quick fix is a better quarterback. I mean, you've got everything else. You've got the defense. You got to get a QB. You get them in there, and I'm telling you, this city will go nuts like you wouldn't believe. Unbelievable.
Sean, thank you very much. And by the way, if you're feeling sorry for Brock Osweiler, he made about $18 million this year, so don't.
Don't feel sorry. Look, Brock's grandkids are going to be fine. Like, they're going to go to all the finest universities. His kid's going to come out of the womb, like, eating crab cakes and fine shrimp cocktail for every kid that's that has the Osweiler last name. Honestly, he can go buy a small island somewhere and become King Brock if he wants to. Don't feel sorry for him.